So, tignan naman natin tong M sub L na ito. So, M sub L na to is actually derivative of your L. Okay? And yung M, bakit tinawag ito na M? Kasi this is actually the magnetic, okay? A magnetic quantum number, okay? This is actually important in describing the spatial orientation of the orbital. Okay, pag sinabi mong spatial, okay, it means space. Paano ito naka-orient sa three-dimensional space, okay? Ano ang allowed values ng M sub L? The allowed values for M sub L ranges from negative L papuntang 0 papuntang plus L. So bibigyan ko kayo ng example, okay? So if L is actually L is actually 0, ang M sub L mo lang ay 0. Okay? Kasi wala ka naman nang isusubtract, di ba? Walang minus 0, walang plus 0. Okay? If your L is actually 1, ano yung M sub L values mo? Okay? Yung M sub L values mo is going to be negative L. Okay? So minus 1, 0, plus 1. Okay? And then, if your L is actually 2, ano yung M sub L values mo? Okay, so it's going to be negative 2, negative 1, 0, plus 1, and plus 2. Okay, meron kang 5. Okay, so again, L equals 0, iisa lamang. Iisa lamang yung M sub L value mo. L equals 1, you have 3 M sub L values. L equals 2, you have 5 M sub L values. Okay. Now, tignan natin kung anong ibig sabihin nito. Huwag niyo munang pakialaman tong mga shapes na nasa right. Meron akong gustong connection na ibigay sa inyo, okay? So, again, kung meron kang L equals 1, meron kang 3, right? So, bale, the number of columns, okay, will be twice the number of your M sub L values. I will explain this in a little while. Okay, so anong ibig kong sabihin dito? So, sorry, hindi ko na sana binura. Okay, so, sorry, hindi ko sana binura. So, L equals 1, so your M sub L values is going to be minus 1, 0, and 1. Okay? So, ilang klase ito? 1, 2, 3, right? So, 3. Okay? Now, L equals 1 is the p orbital. Okay? So, tignan natin, paano natin i-relate to sa periodic table. Bilangin natin, ilang columns ang nakikita natin sa p orbital? 1, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so wow, I mean that's a very neat observation kasi you have actually 3 M sub L values. Imumultiply natin by 2. Actually, that is the number of columns of in the P block. Okay. Patunayan natin. Kung meron kang L equals 0, so isa lang yung value mo, right? So 1 times 2. Tingnan natin yung S block. 1, 2. You have 2 columns. Okay. If your L is 2, there are 5 M sub L values. Okay, so 5 times 2, ilang kayang columns ang nasa D block? Okay, 5 times 2, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, you have 10 columns. Hindi ba napaka-exciting yun? Kasi ngayon, nare-relate natin yung quantum numbers sa periodic table of elements. Okay, now, ang next na gagawin ko is ipapaliwanag ko itong mga shapes na to. I mean, so, itong p orbital, I mean, lahat naman sila is dumbbell shape. Tapos yung d orbital, okay, 4 sila is a clover shape. Yung panglima is medyo parang weird siya. So, parang p orbital na may donut. Okay? So yung next slide na ipapaliwanag ko sa inyo is actually the spatial orientation of the orbitals. Paano natin to makikita? Okay? So I'm going to start looking at the p orbital. Oops. Okay? So again, sorry kung medyo inuulit-ulit ko to kasi gusto ko talagang makuha ninyo. Okay? So again, L equals 1, okay, is your p orbital. M sub L is minus 1, 0, and 1. May tatlong uri. Saan kaya galing tong tatlong uri na to? So, the way I would like you to think about this is these are actually descriptors or parang placeholder, okay? So, ano yung tatlong uri ng p orbital, okay? So, there are three types of p orbitals, okay? Sabi ko kanina, yung M sub L is actually talks about the spatial orientation. So basically, papaano naka-align yung orbital in space. So tatlong uri ang p orbital. So you have the px, py, and the pz. Ano naman to? Ano naman ang ibig sabihin nito? Pag sinabi mong px, okay, yung lobes are actually oriented on the x-axis. Okay? Pag sinabi mong py, the lobes are actually oriented on the y-axis. Tapos, yung PZ, the lobes are actually oriented on the z-axis. Kaya yung M sub L is spatial orientation, hindi special, spatial, okay? Spatial orientation ng d orbital. So, depende yan yung position nila sa coordinate system. Okay? Kaya actually, makikita nyo nga tuloy ngayon na tama yung yung mathematical form kasi pag ginamit mo yung mathematical form, talagang it is going to be very specific of the position, okay? Now, tignan naman natin yung D, okay? Okay? So your D, okay? Ano nga ba yung D natin? So L is equivalent to 2, okay? So this is going to be the d orbital kasi again, there are two nodal planes. Yung P nga pala, isang nodal plane lang. Okay? So anong M sub L values ng L equals 2? So you have negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, and 2. Okay? Okay, so there are actually 5 types. Ano nga ba tong 5 types na to? Okay? The first is actually DXZ. Okay, anong ibig sabihin ng DXZ na to? So the lobes, okay, or the orbital are present in the XZ plane. Okay, XZ plane. So, nasa XZ plane ka. So, plane. So, parang pag humawak ka ng papel, okay, sa harapan mo, okay, sa harapan ng mukha mo, that is the XZ plane. Okay? And then, meron kang DYZ, okay? The orbitals or the lobes are actually located on the YZ plane. DXY on the XY plane. Ito medyo komplikado ito. DX squared minus Y squared. So the lobes are actually, okay, lying directly on the axis, okay, on the X and Y axis. So parang kung titignan mo yung picture, parang binarbecue, okay? So yung XY plane are your skewers, okay? And then yung orbitals mo, you could think about it as a piece of meat or a hot dog, okay? And then the fifth type, okay, of the d orbital is a dz squared, okay? So basically, it is lying on the z-axis, okay? So may parang p orbital ka na may donut, okay? So that's actually the types of the orbitals. Kaya meron kang 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 M sub L values. I forgot to tell a while ago, bakit kaya mahalaga ang study ng mga orbitals na to? I mean, this is going to be very important later on in order to describe the chemical reactivity of your systems, okay? Any questions before I go to the next slide? So M sub L is actually the spatial, okay, orientation of your orbitals.